Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. It is time for Trash Craft Tuesday. And today I'm working with something that may not be considered trash, but I got it from my favourite place to shop, which is a junk shop. It's called Creative Junk, where there's just a whole bunch of stuff that nobody wants. And it's gone into this like little warehouse for the purpose of arts and crafts. And as part of that, I picked up these envelopes, and they're perfectly good. Like, there's nothing wrong with these envelopes, but they did come from a junk shop. It is approximately 15 inches long, which is super long. It's 7 inches roughly high in this measurement, and I've got, like, I don't know, a dozen or 10 to 12, something like that, of them, and I hadn't done anything with them. So today's the day. I'm going to turn this into a little journal. Now, it's an odd size for a journal for what I would typically make, so I am going to have to make smaller pages, but I won't be doing that today. Today I'm just going to concentrate on the cover. And so what I'm going to do is kind of fold it into what I think looks like a nice sort of page size. About there. Let's go there. Just eyeballing it, just sort of gauging what would make a nice size page to work on. So just giving it a nice crease there, and it is, how far have I folded it? It is 5 1/4 inches, bang on 5 1/4 inches. Okay, I keep trying to rub this off, but it's just a little spot. I can't rub it off. And then I'm going to wrap this around, and I'm leaving a little bit of space in there. I'm wondering whether I should score it. Let's try it. Let's try scoring it. So I want to come out a little bit from the end of this. I don't want to go right up against it. So I'm going to score it about 1/8 of an inch out. Whoops. I didn't make sure my board was straight. And it looks like my fold's not straight either. Look at that. It's, well, you probably can't see it, but like, that's definitely not the same top and bottom. Never mind. And then maybe just another 1/8 of an inch. Oops, if I can stay on that groove would be very handy. Okay, I think that's all I'll need to do. So I'm going to fold on those score lines. If I can find where it is. That one, and the next one, which is a little trickier getting, because they're so close. So I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Mine is okay, I guess. Hubby is homesick. Poor guy, he's had so much sickness this year. It just hasn't been a lot of fun for him. And it's just a head cold, like, it's just annoying. And I must say, you know, I was talking in my Deal It Up challenge video about the tiredness in my voice. I think it's a little more than tiredness. I think I've actually got a bit of the head cold as well, but I'm refusing to accept it. It's just like dosing myself up on ginger and honey and lemon and all those good things and just ignoring it. Like, no, I don't have time to be sick. I'm refusing to even entertain the thought. So that just gives us a little bit there. Whether it's enough, well, we shall find out. Just to allow for this space, once that's got pages in, we might need another score line. We'll see. I'm just making this up as I go along. Okay, so that's going to be the cover. So we're going to have our signature sewn in here, and then I thought we could turn this into a pocket on the front flap that's going to then wrap around the front and close here. So we might, how's that going to work? If I put like an eyelet in there, we won't be able to open that all the way. Do we tuck it in? See, I'm totally just like winging this, my friends. I mean, we could tuck that in there and then put an eyelet in there, and then it would just be open, which would be fine. We could do that. I think I'll do that rather than have it openable. So I think I'm just going to leave that as is. I'm not going to glue it down or anything. I think it's just going to sit in there like that, and it will help reinforce that when we put an eyelet in. So far, I think we've got a plan. Right. So I want to collage this up. Of course I do. You know I do. And I've grabbed out from that same place, Creative Junk, I picked up a bunch of, or a packet of, random bits of wrapping paper. So these are all bits of wrapping paper, and they're very eclectic, like nothing here goes together. And I do believe this is a bit of scrapbook paper, but a very lightweight, similar feel and weight to wrapping paper. So I thought it was in with it, so I just grabbed that out as well. Love this piece with the balloons. I think that's really happy and bright and fun. So I think this is going to be kind of a very fun, bright, I'm trying to think, possibly childish. I'm not sure whether I want childish, but it may go that way just because of the wrapping papers that I've got. But let's just go with it and see what happens. It doesn't really matter. I'm just playing, and I'm playing with trash. So, you know, essentially trash. So I think I'm just going to start by tearing a bit. I do like this balloon, and this is the only piece I have, is this piece here. So I'm thinking maybe I want to wrap it around onto the inside. Yep, that sounds like a plan to me. Let's just start gluing. So yeah, I'm feeling quite sort of lacking in energy at the moment. Still tired after the big weekend, the big party, and of course having sick hubby and things, and perhaps not being 100% myself. Yeah, I'm just flagging a bit, so I will quite possibly lapse into silence at points. I had maybe 4 hours sleep last night, which wasn't a lot of fun. So that's like the 3rd night in a row of not much sleep, and it's my worst night so far. So that might give you a bit of an idea in how I'm doing. Actually, before I do that, I want to clip these corners. Take out some of that bulk. This is actually a heavier wrapping paper, this balloon one. So a bit better quality than the other ones. But I'm sure it will work fine. You just might have to give it a bit of encouragement to stick down there. I can always go in with tacky glue. So just using my bone folder here. I call it a bone folder. It's not a bone folder, it's a plastic thing, but that's effectively what it is. So I shall continue calling it a bone folder, because I don't know what else to call it if I don't call it that. A plastic folder. But then you go, what's a plastic folder? Whereas everyone, I think, knows what a bone folder is. Right, I've got a little bit there that didn't get any glue. Let's just stick that corner down. Okay. I think that's very, very pretty. I've got this small scrap of this paper, which I think is just gorgeous. and so I really want to put a bit of that on. Whoops, sorry, tapping the glass with my ruler. Just reserving a little bit in case I want to put a snippet somewhere else. And then I think I'll wrap it around on the back and on the inside. Yep. Blue page. So it's like, oh, what a time of year to get sick in December when it's super busy and lots of things happening. Oops. And I'm just hoping, I've got my surgeon appointment tomorrow. I'm hoping that we're both feeling okay because I don't want to have to postpone it. And I've got to pick my friend up from the airport. So regardless of whether we're sick or not, I have to do that because I've got her car at my place. And she would be completely stuck if I didn't go pick her up. So I have to do that at the very least. And we'd planned on going shopping and visiting my mum, and it's like, well, if there's any aspect of sickness, we don't really want to be taking bugs. So I'm just very, kind of not happy about the state of affairs right now because it's mucking up my plans left, right and centre. Besides which, I've got a lot of work to do. I cannot be sick. I just simply cannot be sick. So that's all there is to it. It's like it can take a running jump and go fly off a cliff somewhere. This very bright. Oh yes, I have two pieces. I was like, I'm sure I actually had more of this, and I do. Maybe I want to put a bit up there. Do I just want to do the whole thing, wrap the top over? Why not? Just gonna glue it on here, I think. I haven't glued the whole thing, but I'm just going to go with it. It can go there. So yes, very bright, very colourful, which is quite fun for a change. Do something completely different. And I don't know what I'm going to use this journal for, whether, whether I'll rehome it or whether I'll keep it and use it for notes or something. I have no idea. Or use it as a gift. Not prime consideration right now. I'm just playing, turning something into something as we do. Alright, might have to do a bit of work on those score lines once I've got it all collaged up. Right, can see that's not sticking down, so I'm just going to run some tacky glue under the edge of that. My gluing is obviously not that great today, not paying attention to getting it properly glued. Right, I'm actually enjoying how this is looking. I think this is quite fun. Right, what else have we got? We've got this. There's a couple of pieces of this paper which is kind of a bit hard on the eyes. Does it really go? Well, no, but none of this really goes. Not really. We just put a strip of that up the side there. That's our flap, isn't it? So we don't want to close that. How am I going to do that? Okay, might have to be a bit tricky here. Take a bit off. Sit it in there and try and draw a line to match the edge of the opening. Come on, come back out. Right, now I'm going to try and cut to that line so that the pen doesn't show. And then that should line up there. Okay, I think I want to take a little bit more off that edge. Don't need that much there. Don't want to cover over all this flower. There we go, that can go there. So this is actually the inside, but it will show. So when you open to get into the journal, it will definitely show, being our little pocket, front pocket. There we go. It's smooth down. Right. I'll put a bit of this down the bottom here. Yep, like that. Gosh, I'm very not talkative. I'm sorry. I just don't know that I've got a lot to say. I'll probably have a lot to say after my surgeon appointment and spending a day in town in the city. If we get to go, well, at least I'll go to the airport, that's for sure. But yeah, hoping to have a lot to say after that. And I've got to film ahead too, so I'm filming this ahead for tomorrow, which is Tuesday, Trash Craft Tuesday, of course. And then because I'm going to anticipating being out all day, I need to film ahead for Wednesday as well. Let's see how we get on, whether I make it or not. If there's no video on Wednesday, please forgive me. I'm going to try and get one done, but we'll just see how it goes. So hubby's having a nap at the moment, but he will get up again in due course. Oh, I just realised I've got meat to put in the oven. I might have to pop you on pause because I don't even know what time it needs to go in. I'll be right back. My apologies for that interruption. I was a little late getting the meat in the oven, but that's okay. It's a roast pork and I had to prepare the skin and, you know, to get the crackling and all that jazz. So we'll just be eating slightly later, I think, than what we normally would. Not by much though. So yes, I do apologise for that. But it was like, oh, I forgot. Just completely forgot. My brain is not in gear. So I am rather pleased with myself that this morning I got up, had a shower, and before I'd even had a coffee, I was out on my bike. I am super impressed with myself. I went for a bike ride first thing this morning, mainly because I wanted to go to the supermarket and get some, I want to say medications, but not medications, things to help hubby, like some ginger, so I could make some ginger tea. And what else did I get? There was something else. Oh, Vicks Vapor Rub to help with the breathing when you're all stuffed up with a cold. And my little pottle that we were using last night, or he was using last night, is basically out. And I thought, yeah, I want to go get some more of that. So I did that. Right, I want to wrap this around. So how am I going to do this? Very difficultly. Thinking. Can you tell? maybe I wrap it around this way. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, maybe not. I think I might cut my piece down too small. Oh, let's just make it smaller. Instead of covering up to here and then not having the wraparound, I'll just do it lower. And we'll just find some other scrap to put in there. So yeah, my brain is not really engaged all that well, I would say. And you probably agree with me. Which is fine, because it's true. Like, I'm just not firing on all cylinders right now. And I'm wondering whether I should actually just give myself a break and not do a video on Wednesday, for Wednesday. But it's my least favourite option, I have to say. I would much rather do a video if I can. Right, that. So let's cut the corner out. Actually, I'm going to have to angle that way as well. So I can tuck this in here, hopefully. Hopefully it fits okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, that's that bit. Now this bit. I think all we need to do... Oh, that's interesting. That is actually not glued down all the way, that side flap on the envelope. So we'll need to fix that as well. And I think I can just... give it a little trim, trying to match it to that flap. And let's just glue that flap down. We don't want our journal cover coming apart, do we? There we go. Just glue that down. Right. So do I want to put the scrap somewhere? It's not quite big enough there, is it? What have we got? Bit of Blue's Clues. Maybe this bit down here. I'm not sure that I want the guy off of Blue's Clues on there, and I'm not sure that I want the text of Blue's Clues either. Maybe a little bit of it so it's not obvious what it is. Just take that to... oh, don't really want to chop his eyes in half. Let's take a bit off that end and then a bit off this end, just so I'm not chopping in right down between the eyeballs, because he's too cute and he's not blue, he is pink. We are going to lose their mouths, but that's okay. At least they're not getting split between the eyes. So yes, roast pork. I haven't cooked up a roast pork for quite a wee while, so every time I do a roast pork I've got to look up the instructions on how long and at what temperature and, you know, all that jazz. I know what to do with the skin. I've got my method that I enjoy for the skin, but I always forget what time and for how long. So did that, checked up, made sure I've got the instructions right. So the timer will go off and it will mean that I need to pause the camera again, and that'll be to go and turn the temperature down on the oven, because it's just up high at the moment to get that nice crispy crackling underway. And then it goes down to 150 for the rest of the 3 hours of cooking time. I mean, it's quite a long time, isn't it? Quite a long time. Could put this bit down in this corner. Why not? Let's do it. I feel like I've got glue coming out of my eyeballs. I don't. I just feel like everything's sticky and I've got glue everywhere. But never mind. I think this will be a cute little journal. And bright and fun and happy. And we all like a bit of happy in our lives. Right, and I think, yes, I'll need to do the same thing here. Although I've already covered this, so I can probably not worry too much about that part. Right, I'm gonna, it's quite a big bit there. So I'm gonna just take a moment to stick it in my collage phone book here. My masterboard phone book. Yeah, that'll do. That page. Just glue it down there because it's already got glue on, so we'll just use it. Right, tuck this bit down in. If I can. There we go. We got it. Right, and then this bit, I don't want that much. So I've got another gluey perhaps bit, so let's chuck that on this page as well. Oh, what about this page? Let's chuck it here somewhere. How about there? Done. Right, so we're almost done with the outside of the cover. So we've got this bit here. Could put another bit of balloon paper. It actually looks like a balloon. It's not, but it looks like one. Yeah, why not put this here? About there. And probably don't want quite that much. So nice little scrap. And that's, yeah, that's tucking into that pocket as well. So it'll be nice and reinforced for an eyelet to go in there. If I do an eyelet, I'm not sure that I will use an eyelet. That's just my initial thoughts. But I might come up with something else instead. I might, yeah, don't know. That's an issue for not right now. Got a nice bit of smear of glue there where I gouged out my glue stick. Lovely. Right, this one should be a lot easier to tuck in. And it is. There we go. Cool. So that is the outside done. It's very eclectic, very bright and colourful. So I'm wondering, this little snippet here, maybe I just go right on that edge. Why not? Let's use it up. There we go. Right, and I am going to collage the inside as well. So maybe we use up this bit. It would fit nicely there. So when hubby's homesick, we do quite a bit of TV watching. So we watched Captain Marvel today, which is the second time we've seen it. We've seen it before, so it's the second time watching it, and I hadn't actually remembered much of how it went, so yeah, it was quite fun. Diversion when you're not feeling 100%. Maybe I'll put a strip of that down there. all sorts of colours. Oops, that's not straight, but doesn't matter. And just a little bit off the bottom there. Does not need to be straight. That is perfectly a-okay. So it'll be nice to use up some of these bits and pieces that I've collected over the last year or so. Put them to good use. That's why we get them, isn't it? So we can use them, and then we struggle to use them because, oh, but once I've used it, it's gone. Well, that's why you got it, to use it, so that then you can go get more bits to use. Did I have a scrap of that somewhere? No, but I also have this balloon one, which is quite fun. I think I want to put some of that in there somewhere. Let's just take a strip off. And how about we do a nice big long strip along there? Just because it's going to deal with a nice big area all at once. Little corner tucked under there. So yeah, I quite enjoyed my bike ride this morning. I had a tailwind on the way to the supermarket, which was just super fun because I felt like I was flying. But it was that kind of wind that you didn't realise actually how windy it was. So I thought it was just, oh, biking's a lot of fun today. It wasn't until I was coming back and biking into the wind, it was like, oh yeah, I had a bit of a tailwind going the other way. Now I'm having to work. But that's good too, you know, at least when you're really pedaling hard, it feels like you are actually working. Oops, there goes the timer. I'll be right back. Cool, it's all ready to just sit in the oven now and do its thing until I need to add some vegetables into the roasting dish. So that's good. It's all under control now. We will be having dinner later on. That's a good thing, isn't it? So I fed up hubby with garlic at lunchtime. We had garlic bread with some soup. You know, bringing out all the good old-fashioned, tried and true home remedies for when you've got a cold. So we've done the lemon, the ginger, the garlic, and then also dosing on things like zinc and vitamin C, you know, all the usual suspects, to try and stop this cycle of being sick, because he's normally really healthy. It's just this year has been really tough, and he's sick of it, and I'm sick of it, because, you know, sick hubby is not fun. It's not fun when anybody's sick. But yeah, it's just like, I need to get rid of it so we move into 2024 and can, you know, just have a really good year without any of this hangover. I don't mean alcohol hangover, I mean hangover of this perpetual cold, I guess, perpetual sickness. Now, do I want to tear that down, or do I just put the whole thing there? Do I just use it? It does look nice there, so why not just use it, and then it's used up. Oh, I don't want to. I want to keep a bit. But why would I keep a bit? It's just going to hang around, eventually make it into another collage. Why not just use it up? Because I've got plenty of other options I can use. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to just slap this down here and use it up. It's so pretty. Love that. Right, so we've just got this little portion down here Do we want another bit of Blue's Clues? Maybe this. I am avoiding the guy. So we can just have a bit of his hair, because then it doesn't really look like anything. Yeah, I'm just going to bin his face. I don't want to put his face anywhere else. And then we can probably take off up there as well. Oops, that didn't tear very well. It usually doesn't when I'm trying to tear across that way rather than towards me. Oh, pull my sleeves up. Yeah, that's cute. Bearing in mind the journal's going to be this way up, so perhaps I want to put the dog that way up. What have I done on the other side? Oh, they're upside down. Oh well, never mind. Never mind, it'll be fine. Didn't think about it, and it's too late now. I could have the cover opening the other way, but I don't want to, so I'm just going to have a cat and a dog on the front cover upside down. So be it. Right. Very bright and colourful, isn't it? Right, and so I need to leave that for a little bit to dry before I try folding it, otherwise it's going to get a bit bunchy, and probably will anyway, but I want to at least give it an opportunity to dry. So that's the inside, and this is the outside with our upside down cat and dog. Yeah, oh well, it's okay. So it's going to fold there. I can always put something over top. That'll be fine. Can you tell? I'm like, oh, but ooh, do I leave it? Do I just find something now to put over top? I haven't used this paper. Maybe we want to cover the one that's on the front. Maybe we could do that. Oops, gosh, that didn't go well. Let's try doing it this way. And this is very, very thin paper, and this is very thin paper, so I don't think that double layer is going to be too much of an issue. We just do that. I actually like that. I think that's quite pretty. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll probably end up doing him as well, because, you know, I just don't know that I can live with an upside down puppy. Yep, symptomatic of my brain not functioning. I lay awake quite a long time last night, quite a long time, and once I remembered I had the Vicks in my drawer and applied it generously to my hubby, and then after a while I could hear him breathing normally, and I actually just lay listening to that, enjoying that he was breathing properly and was actually asleep. So yeah, that was good. I've got this little piece here. Just put that there, so we've still got some of that background. It's a bit random, but that's okay. The whole thing's random. Let's do it. And this will get rid of the scrap, so win-win. And no more upside down critters. So it's going that bit. I quite like those stars there. So trying to keep those stars. And then that's the same paper, but it's a different portion of it, different colours, so that's fine. Can live with that. Ta-da! No more upside down animals. We fixed it. Thank you for pointing it out, by the way. I know you did. You were saying, Belinda, you've got an issue there. Yep, it's all good. We've dealt with it. Right. I really want to fold it. I'm going to brave it. I really probably haven't left it long enough, but just a little bit of help. Maybe straight might be good. Kind of straight. Right. So didn't do too bad. Yay. Now this bit's going to be trickier because this is where we've got our double score line. So let's try and, oh, actually that wasn't too bad, that first one anyway. The second one might be a little trickier. Give it a good score, not a score, a good press. And then let's try and do the second one. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not better than I was expecting. So we've just got that little, kind of like a gusset almost. Just a very small one. Now I could go in, if that's not going to be enough, once I've got pages in, if I need more space, I can go in and put a third one in there to just make that bit a little bit wider. But at the moment, as it stands now, that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. So we've got our pocket here, and we've put our pages in here. Then we'll have some sort of closure somehow. Still not sure what I want to do, but I think for now I'm going to call that a video because I have nothing ready to do pages. Maybe we might come back to this in next week's Trishcraft Tuesday, because I envisage using just a whole bunch of random papers, no digitals. I think that'd be quite fun. It's been ages since I've done a journal without any digitals, so maybe we want to do that to make it truly a full, you know, Trish style journal. I like the feel, actually. I like the feel of it. I think that's fun. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining me today. Sorry there was a couple of interruptions because my head is AWOL. Yeah, it's just AWOL. Okay, take care. I shall be back hopefully Wednesday, but we shall see. Until I see you next time, take care. Have a great day. See you then.